So, the first thing we see is that Elijah leads his successor to the Jordan River. We also see that John the Baptist leads his successor to the Jordan River. Elisha is supposed to get double the share of the Spirit of God, being more powerful than his predecessor. We see that John the Baptist declares that the one coming after him, the successor, Jesus, is going to have double the Spirit, more the power. As soon as they come out of the water, they come out on the other side, Elisha gets that Spirit of God, and we also see that Jesus gets the Spirit of God. And so these stories are supposed to be mirror images of each other. Mark is trying to portray this as, hey, remember the story of Elijah? Remember that prophecy that told you that Elijah is coming again? Here's a story that's very similar to that, and he wants us to see these similarities as well. Second thing I want you to see throughout the story is that Jesus' anointing announces this new Eden. So there's a story throughout the Bible that there's this Elijah and Elisha split the Jordan River. There's another story of the same parting of the Jordan River, and this is found in a man named Joshua. Joshua is the leader of the Israelites right after Moses, his predecessor, and this successor is supposed to bring in the Israelites into the promised land. And so God commands him to go to the Jordan River, and he wants them to cross it. And he gives them some rules to follow as he crosses this Jordan River. It says in verse 12, "Choose for yourself 12 men out of the tribes of Israel, 1 man for each tribe. And as soon as the priests carrying the ark of Yahweh, the Lord of all the earth, put the soles of their feet into the water of the Jordan will be cut off upstream and stand up piled like an embankment." So this is the entry gate into the promised land. This is the image of the entrance into the promised land for Joshua and the Israelites to come out of the wilderness after 40 years and be in the new garden space, the new Garden of Eden space that God had promised them. And to do that, Yeshua, needs 12 chosen men. Do you see a connection there already? So we see with Joshua that he leads the people out of the wilderness after 40 years. We see after Jesus gets out of the Jordan, he goes into the wilderness for 40 days. So there's a connection there. We see that Joshua then chooses 12 men to go through this Jordan. We see right after Jesus goes and announces his kingdom in Galilee, the next thing he does is he goes get Andrew and Peter to start his 12 disciples, these 12 chosen men. Joshua leads the people into the Jordan. Jesus gets led into the Jordan by John. Joshua leads the people into the new Eden after getting out of the Jordan. And we see right after Jesus gets out of the Jordan, he proclaims this new kingdom, this new Eden and promised land that God has promised.